Yo, what's going on, guys? EK9 here, bringing you guys another State of the NHL episode. Today, we will focus on the Calgary Flames, one of the teams that were recently eliminated in the playoffs to the hands of the Dallas Stars. So let's take a look at this roster. They got Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau out there. They got Sean Monahan, Tobias Reeder, Elias Lindholm, Michael Backlund, Andrew Mangiapane, Milan Lucic, Sam Bennett, Dylan Dubé. Well, I have Matthew Tkachuk here, but it was actually Robinson that was in the lineup for them because Tkachuk was injured. They also have Derek Ryan as well as Mark Jankowski. On the defensive end, they've got Mark Giordano with TJ Brody. They had Rasmus Anderson with Noah Hannafin and Derek Forbert with Eric Gustafsson. Tending the pipes, the Flames had David Rittich with Cam Talbot. So overall, this team does look pretty solid. They did have a few injuries, as I mentioned. Matthew Tkachuk was one. Another was Juuso Valimaki, as well as Travis Hamonic. So they were missing a few of their guys there. Valimaki is one of their top prospects, but he wasn't much of a. Um, it wasn't a big loss to them in the playoffs itself because of the fact that he still hasn't really cracked the lineup. But losing Hamonic and Tkachuk were two. Well, Hamonic especially is a huge loss to Chuck as well. But aside from that, the Calgary Flames are pretty strapped on cap. They're pretty tight. They got 990K. And here's where it gets interesting with the Flames is when you look at their contract expiring, they have Mark Jankowski, Andrew Mangiapane, Tobias Reeder, Zach Ronaldo, and then they have TJ Brody, Travis Hamonic, Derek Forbert, Eric Gustafsson. They have one of their prospects, Kylington. They've got Stone as well as Talbot. So they're probably going to lose Cam Talbot in free agency, I'm guessing, at the end of the season. And that's going to make way for Dustin Wolf. The average age of this team is about 26 for the forwards and about 28 on defense. They finished with a 36, 27, and 7 record and ended up making the playoffs, but lost to the Dallas Stars. They have top prospects in Juuso Valimaki. He's a defenseman. He's a very good defensive prospect for the Flames. They also have Jacob Peltier, Dustin Wolf, and they have Emilio Peterson. So the Flames have a pretty established team here. They are looking pretty good. I don't know if I'd label them contender, but they're definitely a playoff team. However, they are pretty tight on cap, and if you look at this defensive chart, they are going to lose at the end of this season Brody. They're going to lose Forbert. They're going to lose Gustafsson. They also have Stone and Hamonic's contracts are up. So they basically only have, at this time, Anderson and Giordano and Hannafin locked down. They've got 3 defense. Mind you, Giordano is their top one. But that's a big amount of losses. The one thing that does look weak on Calgary's defensive end is that they're all basically left-handed defensemen. Well, they do have a Hamonic who is injured, but most of them tend to be lefties. They should maybe try and look for a right-handed one that can really step up and play alongside something like Giordano, because it's really hard to have 2 lefties or 2 righties on the same line. Kind of throws off a bit of the chemistry. But aside from that, this team is pretty good. The way I think it's going to happen is I think they're going to let a few of the defensemen go in free agency. I'm not sure which ones, but I think that they're going to let a few. I think Juuso Valimaki cracks the lineup for next season. I think that Cam Talbot is sent to another team. He's going to get signed to a different team. And I think Dustin Wolf's going to make his way into the NHL slowly but steadily. And I think that this team's going to free up a little bit of cap, get themselves out of cap hell. And I think this team's going to be good for a few more seasons. I think they got a few seasons left in them to really take a shot at the NHL to try and win themselves a Stanley Cup. Whether they do or not, that's totally up to them and how they play. But they definitely are a contending team. They're a very good team offensively, defensively. They've got good goaltending in Rittich, and then I believe it's probably going to be Dustin Wolf next season. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me there, guys, but that's just what I'm thinking is going to happen. Wolf's really proven himself with Everett, so I think he definitely gets the call up. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on this team. Does Calgary look like a good team? Do they look like they need a few changes? Definitely think the defensive end. I like I said, I'd go with a few more righties for their defensive core. Really build up that right side. The left side looks phenomenal. Even if you got rid of Derek Forbert and you kept Gustafsson and over Forbert, and go Giordano, Hannafin, and Gustafsson. That's three really good left defensemen. And let Brody go. Pick up a right-handed defenseman and work with Hamonic. I think they'd have a really established defensive core. That's just my own opinion. You guys can argue with me. Do it. That's the whole beauty of hockey, and that is you can always there's always discussion to be made. And my projection is that they're going to go 42, 33, and 7 next season with 91 points. So let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, drop a comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that sub button. We've gained 3 new subs today. You guys are the best. All right, see you guys soon.